everybody. Welcome to Petra's Happy Place. Today, I'd like to take you on a little journey. Well, it will be a little journey, but today we're going to be talking a little bit about the make-along that's coming up here in a couple weeks. For those of you that are not familiar with it, I'm going to be doing a make-along, which means that everybody who wants to actually do this project will need to purchase this book called Ostentatious Crochet. It's by Melissa Horozowski, and we're going to be doing this particular top here, this purple top. And yeah, we're going to be doing it together. We're all going to be learning together. There's not going to be like a tutorial as such, because this is a book. I don't have the right to do a crochet along or a tutorial or anything as such, because I didn't create the pattern. Miss Melissa did. And as such, we're just going to be doing a make-along where we will be just working on it together at a very slow pace, and maybe it will be done by Christmas. Who knows? We're just going to be taking our time, working about an hour a week together, and if you want to work, on your own and feel comfortable doing it, well, that's fine too. So please excuse me, my glasses need to be adjusted and they are sitting very wonky on my head. They need to be tightened, and they're giving me a headache. So anyway, I wanted to go over a couple of things with you as you are still getting the book and trying to decide what kind of yarn you want to use and such. So this is a close-up of the actual sleeve. Okay, so you can kind of see it's just a simple stitch, and actually this is going to be half double crochet, but we are using a very thin yarn. The pattern calls for a size 3 thread in a mercerized cotton, and they're let's see here, they are suggesting, that's what they were suggesting, the JP Coats Royale Fashion Crochet thread. 100, okay, let's see here. In the plum color, you need, for the size, let's see, what would that be? Extra small, 8 balls of 150. I'm not very good at math, so I'm not sure how many. Then it will range all the way up to the 1X, which, let's see, they're saying you need 12 balls of 150 yards. That's of the purple, and then of the natural color or the off-white, you need 3 balls. So the yarn I have been, that I am thinking, well, not that I'm thinking, but that I am going to be using is this DMC Petra, and I got mine off of the Lovecrafts website. I'm not sure where else you can find it, but it is a number 3 yarn, okay, or thread, crochet thread, number 3. So let's talk yarn, okay? I would, if I had a pen, I would do all the numbers and everything for you to see exactly how much you need. But just know you need 8 balls of 150, so that looks like about 1,200 yards for an extra small. And then add 150 yards per size. Extra small, small, medium, large, and then 1X. Okay? Hope that makes sense. So let's talk the actual yarn. Some were asking me about what yarn to use. Okay, now the pattern calls for the number 3, which is, let me pull this out again. It is a mercerized cotton. Okay, let me, well, I'll find the end here. Okay, so that is the mercerized cotton. Let me see if I can get it to focus here. It's not going to focus much more than that, y'all. I'm very, very sorry. But it is a shiny cotton, okay? It has that sheen, not shiny. It has a sheen to it, okay? But I want to give you some other options, all right? Now, I will give you the gauge so that you can find the exact hook you need, practice with a couple different yarns, you know, however you want to do it. So some were suggesting that they wanted a solid color. So, and maybe you did not want to use that yarn. Okay, if you want to use the yarn that's recommended, I would suggest going to the J&P Coats website, or perhaps someplace like Hirschner's, or, you know, one of those companies that has a lot of different types of yarn. That has, excuse me, I'm going to bring that down just a little bit. Okay, that has threads as well as yarns. Now, I did see in Michaels, no, Hobby Lobby, excuse me, Hobby Lobby, they do have size 3 thread, okay? They do have that on one of the end caps there in Hobby Lobby. So if that's what you're set on, doing the exact same yarn that is, or thread that's for the pattern, you might check there. However, some of you may have watched a previous video that I did, that I actually did up some swatches, and I was using number 1 weight yarn. Okay, now to me, when I'm using that number 1 weight yarn and I'm looking at it compared to the thread, it's comparable. It's very comparable. Okay, now just remember that the what's used in the pattern is going to be a cotton yarn, 100% mercerized cotton. But I imagine you can use any material you want. Okay, just use the, you know, different material. So I've got some options for you. Okay, so let me find the end here, because I made a mess out of this particular yarn here. But okay, here we go. This is called Wool-Like Slim. Okay, Wool-Like Slim. Well, just Wool-Like, okay, by Loops and Threads. So this is the Michaels brand, and if you go into the Michaels store, they do have some. If you don't find what you're looking for, go onto the their website. You will find a lot of it there. Okay, now I think I found like maybe 10 different colors. They've got light blue, navy blue, different colors of gray. They have different colors of green, rose, burgundy, black. You know, they have a lot of different of this color, and it is 100% acrylic. And I'm going to hold up one strand to one strand so you can see the thickness of it. Okay. Okay, so the green is the Wool-Like, and the purple is the cotton thread. Okay. I personally don't see a whole lot of difference. The only difference is going to be that the acrylic yarn has a halo, whereas the cotton yarn is very smooth. Okay. Another option for you, and like I said, I'm giving these options to you, so if you don't find it and you're like, I want to do this make along, but I don't want to order it, or I have no idea what yarn to use, I can't find it. This one is a number 2 fine yarn, and it is Yarntopia by Yarn Bee. Okay, and this particular colorway is Heather, but they have several different colors in your local Hobby Lobby. Okay, so now this is for those that's actually doing it in the United States, obviously, but it is a little bit thicker. Okay, so there's that. And this is 100% acrylic as well. Now, let me hold up, okay, all 3 of them together. So we've got the purple color, which is going to be the cotton, and then in the middle we have the green, which is a 1 weight. And let me push them a little closer together there. Okay, you can see that this light purple is actually a little bit thicker, okay, but it can work. You can make this work, and I'll tell you why here, or how, in just a second, okay? So the last option I have for a solid color now, okay, is going to be this number 2 weight, and it is cotton rayon, and it is the thickest of all 4 of these. It is, like I said, a number 2, and oh, I'm sorry to tell you which one it is. It's Yarn Bee Mimosa, okay, and it has a little shininess to it. It's that rayon that's running through it, okay? That has a shininess to it. Now, this is probably the thickest of all 3. However, like I said, you can still use it. Let me, okay. Oh, let me just say for the record that this project is not going to be for the faint of heart, okay? If you get very nervous about using thin weight yarn or tiny needle or crochet hook, I mean, this is probably not going to be a project you would want to start, okay? So let me show you the differences of these. So we've got the cotton. Ooh, there it went. The cotton, which is right here. The green is the slim, the wool-like. Then this is the Yarntopia, and then this one is the Mimosa. And let me pull it all up to you. Okay. Now these 2 are number 2 weight, and these are number 1 weight. Or actually, this is number 1 weight, and then this one is going to be the cotton 3 thread. Okay. Again, those of you that are not interested in this project, I've probably lost you by now and you're not here anymore. That's okay. That's all right. This is basically going to be for those of you that want to do this particular make-along. Okay, now the last option I have for you. If you're interested in doing it, but you'd like to have a little bit more color in it, why not try the Rainbow Rhapsody? Okay. Now this is a number 1 weight, there's several, I think there's like 8, maybe 8 different colorways, maybe even more than that now, and these are in Hobby Lobby as well, and it's called Yarn Bee Rainbow Rhapsody. There is 918 yards in this. So to do this project, you would probably get away, even for the extra large, 2 of these. And at $8.99 regular price, you get 2 of those, then take 30% off during the 30% off week. Then you've got enough to make a really pretty one. And it, like, you know, this is our first project together. And remember, I don't know if you have seen any of Jeannie from On the Hook Crochet. She suggests that whenever you make a project, make 2. Now, I'm not suggesting you make one right now on your own, but just remember that this one is our first one doing this together. We're doing it together. So we're probably going to be making some mistakes. We probably will need to be frogging it. But you can do it however you want. Just if you think in your mind, okay, this one's for practice, okay, then you won't be so nervous about making it, okay? That's how I always look at it. Pretend like this is your practice one. Now, it might turn out gorgeous, and it likely will. It will turn out beautifully, and you'll want to use it. And if that's the case, perfect. If not, at least you've done it one time. Now you can do it again and make it whatever color you want. Okay, that's how I view it. Anyway, so this is a number 1 weight. And, oh boy, I really don't want to take the, let's see. Oh, looky here. I found the outside. So let me pull this up. And I have a feeling that this is actually going to be, this Rainbow Rhapsody is actually thinner than the number 3 crochet thread. I'll hold it up here in just a second. And this material, the Rainbow Rhapsody, is 60 cotton, 40 acrylic. Okay? And some of you might already have some of this laying around, so that might work. So now I'm going to hold that up to everything else. And let's turn it back the way I want to hold it. I'm sorry. I laid it down and it just all kind of went together. And where's my Rainbow Rhapsody here? I'm going to actually put the Rainbow Rhapsody on the other side of that cotton. All right, now I'm not sure how it's coming across, but you can see, I don't know if you can see, but this first one here is Rainbow Rhapsody. And you can, I don't know if it's as clear to you as it is to me, but it definitely is thinner than that crochet thread, which is that purple color in the middle. The green is the Wool-like, and then the other 2 options are Yarntopia and Mimosa. Okay? I hope that helps you when you're picking out your colors. Now, let me put all this aside, and now we're going to talk hooks and the gauge, okay? And this is not going to take long at all, okay? But you will need to have a variety of hooks. I am, for the project that, for this one, oh my, it just fell, didn't it? Get back up there. Okay, so I am using a 2.0 for mine. Okay, that's the size I'm going to be using with my thread. Okay. However, I would suggest you also have a 2.5 and also maybe a 3. So have 3 different size hooks and play around. Once you find your yarn, find the yarn you want and make sure it's a 2, a 1, or that cotton thread. Now, you might end up going to Hobby Lobby or Michael's or your Joann's. I'm not sure if Joann's has it. I haven't looked, but your local yarn store. and find out, just look at the different yarns, set them next to each other. You know, the number 1, the crochet 3, there's even crochet 5 and 8. Hold those up all to each other and see what you like. Okay, that's the whole purpose. So find the yarn you like. Make sure it's a very, very, very thin yarn. Then get you a couple hooks. Get a 2, get a 2.5, get a 3. If you feel real adventurous, get a B hook, which I think is a 1 point. No, a B is a is a 2. And I don't know what the next one down is. I think that's going to be a steel hook. So yeah, I'm not sure. So what you're going to do is you're going to start making swatches. Now, I am not suggesting you just waste your yarn. Just make your swatches and cut them and throw them away. No, no, no. Don't do that. I always, when I make a swatch, I leave it. Leave the, attached to the skein. Measure, do all the measurements, okay? Then if you say, okay, this is the yarn I want to use, but what I crocheted up is like slightly too big. What I would suggest you do, just take a piece of paper, lay the swatch down, draw, outline it, draw the measurements, measure it out and say, okay, this one is a 3.75 by 4.25, okay? And then rip it out, try the next hook, and then, write down which hook you've used on your piece of paper. It's simple. You're not wasting any yarn, and really you're not wasting time. Sometimes I think of making a yarn swatch as wasting time. Remember, you're actually going to be saving time and money in the long run. If you find the right hook at the beginning, then you won't be ripping out an entire project because it's too big, okay? Or too small, right? So that's what I would suggest. Okay, now write these measurements down. This is the swatch. This is the gauge guide. Okay, this is what you want to have. Almost the entire garment is going to be half double crochet. I love that stitch. That's one of my favorite stitches. That's one of the reasons why I chose this particular pattern. So your gauge is going to be 20 half double crochets and 12 rows high. Okay, now I don't think that doing a half of that is going to give you the proper gauge. You need to actually do 20 half double crochets and 12 rows of half double crochets. All right, it's supposed to be 4 by 4. Okay, so measure it, play around with it a little bit, and if it's a little bit too short, maybe you're going to need to make your stitches a little bit looser as you're doing it. Try using a foundation half double crochet as opposed to a chain and then half double crochet in each one of them. You try each way until you can get the proper gauge. Okay, so I guess you could say for homework for the next couple weeks, make sure you have your book. It's on page, I will tell you which page it's on. 79 is where it starts, and it's called the Eat Your Heart Out, Willoughby. And yeah, we're going to be, so find your yarn, have your book, and find your crochet hook. Okay, then the very next thing I want you to do is email me. Okay, I need to get an email list of everybody that is doing this this project, this make along, so I can create my own like master list so that I can email everybody updates, okay? And then also that I will have everybody's email to do a Zoom, okay? So, yeah, that's kind of important. So I will, yeah, and the other thing is I will be emailing everybody the Zoom number and the password, because you'll need a password to get in. So, yeah, that's going to be it for now. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below, and let me know if you're having trouble finding the hooks, if you're having trouble finding the right yarn. We still have a couple weeks. If you still haven't gotten your book, if it's still coming in the mail, don't worry about it. Remember, this is no pressure. No pressure. I don't want anybody, any of us, to be under pressure. That's the last thing I need. And I know that's the last thing you all need. So, okay, that's all I've got to say about that. And I look forward to seeing you all, hopefully, in my live. That's tonight, going to be tonight, Sunday, 4:30. That's where I am. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.